I think that when it comes to talk over the necessity for foreign fighters to leave Libya, I think it's important to stress that none of the Libyan factions actually want to see foreign forces leave Libya. Haftar doesn't want to see the Wagner group up and leave. He doesn't want to see the Janjaweed up and leave. He believes that these two groups have played a vital role in enabling him to assert himself militarily in Libya. Likewise, the government in Tripoli, the militias in Misrata and the militias in Tripoli itself do not want to see Turkish forces leave. They're well aware that Turkey is the check on any renewed military bid by Haftar to march westwards. And this is why the talk about foreign fighters leaving Libya is not a discussion that is driven by the Libyan factions, but rather driven by international actors that are increasingly concerned over the ramifications and implications of a rising Turkey and Russia on a very important Mediterranean country, and the implications that has on the geopolitics of the Mediterranean, the geopolitics of Europe, and also the US's ability to assert itself in a region it still considers very important. And this is why when we talk about foreign fighters and foreign forces in Libya, this is why it is often oversimplified as one lump term where all forces are put together, as opposed to differentiating between the impact of the various different interventions. Because it's important to stress that Russian intervention, UAE intervention, Egyptian intervention, Italian intervention, French intervention, US apathy to what took place in Libya, all of these interventions contributed to a climate of war, a climate that enabled Haftar to pursue his military bid and reach the gates of the capital. But the Turkish intervention, albeit it was driven primarily and almost wholeheartedly by a panic and concern over a maritime chokehold forming in the Mediterranean that Haftar would have completed, as opposed to any concern over Libya. But irrespective, Turkish intervention created a climate that was conducive to political talks. It created a military equilibrium that allows for political discussion and the pursuing of potential political solutions. And this is why when we talk about foreign fighters in Libya, it's important to be able to talk about it with the nuance that it deserves, as opposed to this wholehearted lump term that in reality doesn't benefit or even mean anything.